cost him some time.
Yeah, the Hummer not handling like he wanted it to. That 73 Chevy looks pretty mean. It is wicked sick. Good job by Scott Berkey.
No question about it. He'll advance into the second round, and the time actually was just a little bit slower this qualifying time, but I think that's going to happen a lot as these guys, this course is not an easy one to run, and the jumps are severe for the Pro Stadium trucks. They really have to come off the jumps and be okay.
Here is Brock Ross going up against Brent Gogabuer. Gogabuer in a 1950 Wheelie.
Boy, Ross is really keeping a lot of momentum. Goes over the whoop section, and now look at the air. Up and over, and really keeps the momentum. Look out, he may lap him. He is flat getting it on.
That is a Ford Ranger, 83, red, white, and blue, and he is coming hard here on it. Wow.
Oh, he had it one, and he broke. What went away? The truck just died. Sometimes, what is this, the tortoise and the hare deal? Because I'm going to tell you, Brent's going to win it by staying together.
Gogabuer not going very fast, but he doesn't have to. Tough break for Brock Ross. He's got a little smile on his face. That's good to see. He knew he had this thing won.
Yeah, gosh, he's got to be disappointed. I think he could have been one of the top contenders tonight. Rod Jansen now.
Rod Jansen and Mike Newts doing battle. I like this format. It really puts a lot of excitement here. You kind of feel it here in the Kingdome. People getting fired up for this.
And unless, like that last race, you have one guy who's really reeling in his opponent, until you get to that finish line, looks like everybody's got a shot, and that keeps these guys going full tilt.
And again, you see some of the different makes of trucks here. Really no rules. Anything almost allowed.
News took that one pretty easily, so we're going to keep an eye on News throughout the night. Good run right there.
We will indeed as News advances on here in the Pro Stadium truck. We got more action coming your way on Monster Jam. You stay where you are here on TNN. And we're ready for more Pro Stadium truck racing. What a great crowd again here in Seattle for this Pace Motorsports production. And this is some fun racing. I'm enjoying watching these guys.
Let's keep an eye on David Peplow out of Truckee, California. Look at the way he's got the wheels. Now, that's intentional. He's got them offset to try and get around these corners, and we'll see how he handles it against David Costner from Woodinville, Washington, in a 78 International Scout.
Oh, I like that Scout. I don't know if it can get around here very fast, but it looks good. And again, the Ford Ranger of Peplow. Peplow would be the favorite, I would think, in this run.
You know, we talk about a lot of these folks being local and regional. Peplow, though, has some experience. He'll go anywhere he can find a Pro Stadium race, and you can see how he's getting around this course, really picking it up and laying it down.
He knows how to drive and get over those jumps. Well, the Scout's not near as fast, but the Scout is hanging in there.
Yeah, sometimes just hanging in there, as we saw in the first couple of races, is all that matters. But Costner, I think, is just done.
Peplow's off the course. Something happened there.
I'll tell you, Peplow got the win. Costner just has to pull her on back. But Don Chester now will come out against Chris Pace. Don Chester is out of Vancouver, Washington, with the 68 Jeep Wagoneer against Pace and that Ford Ranger.
Pace is out of Bellingham, Washington, just nearby here in Seattle. Pace is a plumber. How you like that, man? Huh?
You know, we told you, these aren't pro racers. These are just weekend warriors. I'll tell you, everybody enjoying themselves here today. Pace, not getting under there plumbing all the time. I guess he needs a little excitement on the weekend. Well, that's how you get it, with a big bang at the end of the run.
And Don Chester, though, comes away with the win there.
Chester getting the victory, so we'll see that Wagoneer back in the next round of competition. And actually, we're going to end up with a lone run, and one of the trucks broke in qualifying, so Gary Woodruff gets to do this on his own as he's going to bring that 62 Willys Jeep around here.
Now, that's got to be a lot of fun. No pressure, just come around on your own, and that Willys Jeep is making some time.
You know, the Pro Stadium trucks don't get a chance to practice before the start of the event. This is a great advantage right here for Woodruff. He only had the qualifying run earlier. Now he gets to get a real practice kind of hot lap set up for the next round of competition.
Well, the hot lap looked good, and he waves to the crowd here. A lot of fans here for Gary Woodruff, who had that lone run and will advance on to the next round.
Troy Jansen will be coming out next. Want to keep an eye on Troy, another of the Washington guys in a 1985 Ford Ranger. And the opposition for Jansen is John Alexander. You can see Alexander. Now, that's a classic style right there.
I love it. You know, you can tell he's been racing Pro Stadium trucks for a long time, you know. Back since the 50s, maybe.
Well, actually, because that is a 57 model of the Willie's pickup right there. It's a beauty. I tell you, he had a little trouble in the turn. I'm not sure how great a racer it is. Boy, what a close finish.
Really was. A lot closer than I expected out of this.
I didn't think the race was that close as they were in the turn, but I'll tell you, it came down to the wire. Nonetheless, Troy Jansen gets the win in that 85 Ford Ranger.
And our final run in this round, Mark Pemberton and Dana Swanson. Swanson in the 85 Toyota 4Runner and Pemberton in the Toyota, the 88 Toyota.
The battle for Toyota supremacy here in Seattle. I'll tell you as they come on around. Good run right now, though, for Pemberton as he's making his move. Wow, a lot of air.
You can tell he was well prepared, and that truck is running well.
I'm surprised he's able to keep going after taking that much air because the hit was so solid and coming down hard.
Well, Mark Pemberton certainly knowing what he's doing on this course in the Pro Stadium trucks, and Mark Pemberton advances on to the next round in Pro Stadium trucks. Here are results from round one. You see Woodruff and Chester, Peplow and Noose all advancing on.
In the other half of the bracket, there's Gulliver.
I was going to make you say Brent's name. Gogabjor.
Scott Perky, Mark Pemberton, and Troy Jansen rounded out. I'm going to go back and work on Mark's name.
All right, we'll be back. More Monster Jam.
NASCAR.
Monster Mania is at its finest, and with PaceMotorsports.com, you're just a click away from the best hair-raising, adrenaline-pumping, spine-tingling seats in the house. From Houston to Pontiac and everywhere in between, U.S. Hot Rod's got hardcore horsepower right where you want it.
We're having a great experience here in Seattle. Like you to meet one of our monster truck drivers, the driver of Survivor, Chuck Jordan.
Dennis Anderson got me started in the sport. Well, he came out and stayed at my house, kind of mooched for about a month back in 1988 and taught me to build my street truck into a monster truck. My daughter named the truck because we try to survive the races we go to, and with the way these guys are running nowadays, it's not very easy. All the trucks are real equal nowadays. Anybody can win at any time. It used to be Bigfoot 1 or Gravedigger 1. Anyone can win at any particular time. In our sport, we're different because our fans are mainly children. I mean, there's a lot of adults, so you can all see that, but the children I mean, I have a fan club, and I don't think there's anyone over 16 years old in it. And I guess that's why I'm here, is for the kids. They get so enthused, they really get into it, and just get eye-to-eye contact and a smile out of one little kid makes it all worthwhile. I like to travel, and I like to meet the different people, you know, and we've got to meet a lot of real good people. One of my favorites, of course, is Martina McBride. She helped sponsor our truck, so that all worked out really well. Yeah, that's my other sponsor, is my wife. I couldn't do this without her. She has a job of her own, so she can't go with me all the time, and she's just great.
Chuck Jordan, one of the interesting and great people in this business. Now our crowd getting revved up. We've got more Monster Jam coming up now. Barefoot and Monster Patrol.
What a great matchup this is going to be. Monster Patrol, like Barefoot, with a brand new driver today. Rod Schmidt behind the wheel of the big Chevrolet out of Indiana. As we've talked about, Mike Dropic is the newest member of the Barefoot team. So you've got two of the most established winning trucks with brand new drivers. It's going to make for a great race and an interesting race.
Mike Dropic out of Illinois. That 97 Dodge Ram, Barefoot. Oh, there's a lot of power. And again, this is all about horsepower here as they head down in a straight line. And getting started is important.
Neither of these trucks have a lack of power. What a race!
It was very, very close.
Monster Patrol by inches, and I think as we look at the replay, Mike, he won it on the start. Watch the hole shot that Rod Schmidt gets in Monster Patrol, and that's going to be the margin of difference at the end. Barefoot was coming. As we've talked about, I think Mike Drovic's getting used to this horsepower, but look at the hole shot.
You were absolutely right. It was the start that did it, and that finish is close.
Barefoot was coming on the end.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, you give him another 20 feet, Barefoot would have won the race. But Monster Patrol advances into the semifinals. Now we'll see if Maniac or Samson can make it. You talk about power. We mentioned the Keith Black Hemi that is underneath the hood of the Barefoot machine, also underneath the hood of the Samson machine. And Dan Patrick out of Ohio ready to go. Maniac is a truck out of Canada, Don Frankish, who really can give the big boys a run. Let's see what he's got for Samson here.
Maniac, the underdog in this, but certainly he thinks he can do it on this course.
Look at the air that Samson gets. He absolutely launches off that jump. And I thought Maniac gave it a good test, gave it a great run. Samson, just too many horses.
Samson
Wow.
does have a lot of horsepower that you can see. Samson at the top of your screen, and airborne is what really, I mean, he really got some air. Well, we got more monster trucks coming your way on Monster Jam. Hold on to your seat. It's getting exciting here in Seattle. Downs on to win in the Thunder Bike category. Stadium lights. These are fun to watch.
You know, all the different off-road classes that run on the Pace Motorsports off-road events just create so much excitement because of the different classes you see, all the great action, the great jumps, and even here, I'll tell you, the Pro Quads put on an incredible show. Tim Farr, your winner in St. Louis.
Tim Farr had a good night in St. Louis. Those Pro Quads, you're right, it takes a special character to drive one of those machines, and there's Tim Farr. He is one of the best.
Nothing like going to victory lane in Pace Motorsports competition.
And we're back with more monster truck action here in Seattle. I think it might be time to take a look at Digger again, huh?
You know, over the years of the United States Hot Rod Association sanctioned monster truck racing, of course, Gravedigger has made his name as one of the biggest in the sport. Everybody loves the design of the truck, but I'll tell you, when Dennis Anderson's behind the wheel and he's going full throttle like he is tonight, there is nobody that can jack a crowd more than Dennis Anderson and the Gravedigger.
But let's remember that the crowd here might also be for Captain America, who is from Washington, Jeff Banner. And we'll see what Captain America can do.
I was impressed the first run for Captain America. Now he takes on the legend. Good start for Captain America. Digger had to give it everything he had to win that race. He actually catches Captain America in the air.
Let's watch it again, and you will see Dennis Anderson. This is why he is the best.
Absolutely no let up, and you can see how hard he hits. He just keeps coming. Doesn't matter what's in his way. The Gravedigger is heading for the finish line, and another win for Dennis Anderson, but it was very close, and Captain America may be back in the next round as the fastest loser from this round. He had a great run. Now watch the replay here. Anderson actually has to get him in the air. He did the job, though.
Now, Captain America making a lot of noise here. And as we see the results from round 2, Monster Patrol, Samson are there, also Gravedigger.
And the fastest loser from that round will come back as well.
Scott, out of this group, I would have to say that Gravedigger is the favorite as we move on.
No question about it, but don't forget about the power of Samson and Monster Patrol, and the hometown boy may be back.
Yeah, I don't think Gravedigger wants to run against him again. Hey, in our How It Works feature, we're going to take a look at what happens with the Wheelie.
I can hit the cars, go up and iron wall the cars. Iron walling cars is no dirt ramp. And you just go up and you just kind of come trotting up to the cars pretty fast, and you just mash it as hard as you can. You can stand it straight up.
We'll have a little dirt hill. We'll pop the truck up usually in about second gear. When it comes down on the hop, we get in the throttle, grab another hole, and hopefully make it all the way across the stadium without hitting something.
There's some trucks that can get enough bite that from a dead stop on level ground can pull some really awesome wheel stands.
Put your foot hard on the brake, stab it to the floor with the throttle, and let your foot off the brake. Hopefully it comes up, and if it does, just kind of feather it, keep the front end up in the air.
They want to see wild and crazy flipping, crashing, and burning.
Just keep your foot planted right on the floor.
Takes a lot of courage to do those wheelies here.
That's how you do it. According to the experts, nobody knows better than that group we just heard from.
Well, it's time now for some more Pro Stadium truck action.
Second round, the winners will go into the semifinals right here as we get Troy Jansen in the Ford Ranger out of Washington against the Oregon-based